Chatting with Justina Stoesz, and Justina, tell us how you came to faith in Jesus Christ.
The Lord guided me when I was 15 years old, and it was during daily vacation Bible school, and the Lord just guided me, and I knew it was something I needed to do. This was in my hometown, little town, Horndine, yeah.
And that was run by the Canadian Sunday School Mission?
It was two ladies that came from Canadian Sunday School Mission.
Do you remember their names? Okay.
No, I don't remember their names.
Okay. So was it something they taught that made you decide to follow Jesus?
No, it was just that the way I grew up.
Okay.
And I knew that it had to be done one day.
Wow.
And I just... we had to sing. My sisters and I, we did a lot of singing, and so then they asked us to sing a song. I told them I can't sing that song because I haven't asked the Lord yet, and so they said, well then we'll and. I accepted the Lord, and then we sang at the end of the service.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then you could sing the song
And
after
then,
that?
yes.
Wow. So where did the Lord lead you from there?
Well, I tell you, the Lord really guided. And I have a verse that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And it's got three parts. In the beginning, you need to turn your life to Him. And then and His righteousness, and then I went to Bible school. And during Bible school, and all these years, I didn't know what the Lord wanted me to do. But during the Bible school, I went to a church, and Ian Thomas was the speaker. And I decided that the Lord wanted me as a missionary, so I went forward, and since then the Lord guided, but I didn't know. There was so many years that I didn't know what I should do to be a missionary, and because I knew I needed a vocation of some kind. So then, during Bible school, I needed fees, and so I went to the hospital. I didn't really I didn't enjoy hospital work, but I thought, well, I needed a job. I got this job for 1 month, and the girl that had the job didn't come back, so I had the job. And it was a cleaning job, and I just loved it. And I loved the department as well. The lab work and everything. And eventually they gave me things to learn, and so I worked on the job and learned things. And then eventually the pathologist asked me, would you not like to train as a lab technician? And I thought, well, I don't have grade 11 and 12. We had to stop grade 10 on the farm in Horndine, and so, but the pathologist says, oh, you can do that in evening school. So I went to evening school for Daniel McIntyre, and for a number of years, and I finished, and the pathologist took me then to Grace Hospital, and we had to train. I had to train this for 1 year, and for the school, grade 11 and 12, and lab training was all done in 1958. And then I thought, wow, what now? And I went to missionary speaking services for a number of years while I worked at Grace Hospital. And they always said, we need nurses, we need doctors, but they never said, do we need lab technicians? So then I thought, Lord, why did you train. Why did you let me train as a lab technician? And this went on for quite some time. And then finally, one day, I went to Elim Chapel, and there was a doctor there, and he spoke, and he was from Africa. He was from AIM, and he was from Kijabi. And he said, we need a lab tech, and we need a lab tech to train lab technicians in Africa. And I thought, my goodness, this is me. I was thrilled. And it did not take 5 months, and I went. I was on my way to Kijabi, Kenya, Africa. And I worked for 40 years, and the Lord guided all these years, and I knew, and I always thought, what is faith all about anyway? And I know, when I look back now, I can see faith in God is what we need, and He will guide. And because He guided me in the beginning, all these years in training and leaving Canada, and I know that God was the one He guided, and He would guide me in Africa the 40 years I was there. And now that I've been home now for 20 years, I think God is also, in faith, I have believed that He will guide and direct